Hi, I'm Terry Gilliam with the Leaving California Groups. Today, I am excited to introduce Peter Pasternack. And Peter has a great service that we're going to offer through the Leaving California Groups that I think everyone who's leaving California would be interested in. First of all, let me tell you who Peter is. Peter was the lead character on Flip This House on A&E for 3 seasons. He's also a real estate investor, has a huge real estate background. He's not a realtor, but he is a real estate investor. And I'm going to ask him first about that, and then we can talk about this service that Peter wants to introduce that I think everyone would be excited about. So hello, Peter. Great to see you.
Hey, Terry, thank you so much. I love the opportunity to be able to share something that you and I are both using now, and it's always about helping others and taking care of yourself and clients.
That's great. Well, Peter, can you just give us a little background on yourself? Tell us about Flip This House, and then tell us about what you do in the Atlanta market.
Thank you. So in 2005, for 3 seasons, I was a lead character from Atlanta, Georgia on A&E's Flip This House. And that was really one of the first home flipping shows. And it was really quite an experience. I was on my 4th flip, 8 months into it, and ended up on TV, which that's a whole nother story. But we don't want to go there today. Maybe you're inviting me back to do that again. But I'm a real estate investor here in Atlanta. And, over time, most of my real estate portfolio has been changed to really long-term rentals and Airbnbs. As I'm getting older, I'm really more focused on passive residual income. And that's why I do more of the rentals than the flips. In addition, I love to network. And in October 2010, I created a real estate networking event. And except for the 14 months during the pandemic, never missed a month. Average over 300 people every month here in Atlanta. And everybody there touches a home. It's a great way to network, to find people that if you're looking to build a team, whether you're an investor, you need contractors, you need inspectors, or you're a realtor and you've got clients asking you questions, where do I do this? Where do I do this? And in 2016, I made the decision, Terry, that I wanted Real Estate Connection to be more than just a networking event. I wanted a community. And so I started a Facebook group called Real Estate Connections that has over 20,000 members in it. And it's a great resource. We have people from all over the country in there. And that's just a little bit about me.
That's great. Well, tell us about this new opportunity. Just as a side note, we've got 115,000 people today in our 2 primary Facebook groups. If they haven't left California, they're in the group because they're looking to leave California. And we all know California is a train wreck. And so people want to move somewhere where they can live a normal life. But there's a lot of stress associated with moving. You got to figure out where you're going to go. You got to figure out how you're going to get there and when you're going to go. I think what you are going to introduce today will take some of the stress off of that, because when you move, you got to set up all your utilities. You got to, talk to the water company. You got to talk to the internet people. You got to get a home alarm service. So anyway, why don't you tell us about what you're introducing today, the service?
Thank you so much, Terry. This is something I'm truly passionate about. And like you said, when people move, it's a very stressful time. You're worried about is a transaction going to close, not going to close, and you're packing. Your time is just so valuable. And the last thing you want to do is be on the phone, several hours figuring out, your gas and electric, your internet, your TV, your home security, and several different other utilities. And so came up with this option of being able to take that stress off of you. So here's how it works. You are moving. You're going to reach out to Terry, and I know at the end you're going to give him how to contact you and do that. And Terry's going to send you a form. It's automated. It's nice and easy. You put your name, you put your move date, you put your address. And in there, once it has all the services that we can help you with, all you do is you put a checklist of all of the services you would like complimentary quotes with. Then after that, there is actually a calendar link to our concierge specialist. It's no cost to you. When you set up that appointment with the concierge specialist, she will have the quotes on all the services that you asked for. And the ones that you decide to choose, she can help you onboard them. So really, by getting a link and setting up 30 minutes, you have the opportunity of not having to make any of those calls to the utilities, having somebody do that for you. Whatever you choose, you can choose one service, you can choose all the services. It's up to you. And, I found if you can take care of people, guess what? They're going to really value that. And for some of the people in the group, I know you have some that are realtors. This is a great way to be able to help clients on there. So it's not just if you're moving, there is an opportunity for realtors to help take care of their buyers.
That's great. Now, so how are you able to do this complimentary?
Well, we can do this complimentary because the company that we have partnered with, there is a value of being able to make income off of that, because what we're doing is we are bringing customers to these large utilities that everybody knows: AT&T, Spectrum, DirecTV, Dish. And so we're doing what they want, which is customers. And the reason we're able to benefit for that is because we all know, like, I'm a big fan of Shark Tank, right? And, Mr. Wonderful always says, well, what is the customer acquisition, right? Companies, it costs them money to advertise, whether it's digital, whether it's, billboards, or whatever that looks like on there. And so at the end of the day, they don't have to pay that because we're doing what they want, which is bringing them customers.
That's great. So can you name those companies again? So you're not dealing with like Joe's internet service. Is that what I'm understanding? You're dealing with name brands. Is that right?
Absolutely. And names that people know. And because we want companies that really can work in all 50 states. AT&T, we use for gas and electric, we use a company called Zoom Energy, not Zoom like we're on right now, but Zoom Energy, that is a supplier. And of course, gas and electric, it is determined by the state that you're in. And there's some states that you do not have the choice of being able to choose your gas or electric, but there are 19 states that you do. But again, I mean, for TV, who hasn't heard of Dish or DirecTV? We also have like streaming that through AT&T, and of course a lot of the younger people love the streaming. And it's great because if you have a second home, if you have, let's say, children who are in college, you are able not to have all those boxes that you would in these other things. And then one of the best home securities and smart homes, Vivint, we have a great relationship with. And then one of my favorites, whether you're moving or not, is identity theft protection through a company called ID Seal. We know that last year, especially with people being online as they were, that cyber crimes are up 400%. And less than 20% of Americans have identity theft protection. And I had my identity stolen several years ago, so I know firsthand how challenging it is. And it's just a great way of protecting yourself and giving you that good frame of mind that you don't have to worry about that.
So a complimentary service to help people. Now tell me what happens when they schedule a 30-minute session. So they fill out the form, they schedule a 30-minute session with your assistant, and then tell me what happens then. Great.
So when the appointment happens, she goes through all of the services that they asked for. She gives them the quote. She lets them know what the pricing is. And then they can decide whether they would like it or not. If they do, she can help onboard them and take care of the signing up with them on the line. So it saves time. Again, if you don't like the quotes, it's not all or nothing. You can go kind of service by service what you would like.
I got to tell you, when you told me about this, my first thought was, when I call AT&T about anything, whether it's my cable, whether it's my internet, whether it's my phone, I am going to be on the phone with AT&T for over an hour. It's just whether it's just holding or whether it's going through all the different, you need to talk to this person, you talk to this person. It is awesome that you offer a service that can do at least the legwork, the initial legwork for people, so that they don't have to just with one service, they don't have to be on the phone for an hour, let alone all the other services that they're going to get. So I think that's a great service that you're offering people. And So tell me, well, we're going to put a link at the end on so people can access this. But how far in advance should people be reaching out to your assistant?
So I always say some of that state by state, Terry, because there's some you can only do it kind of right before you move. I use a rule of thumb 30 days before you're going to move, because that way you get the quotes, you can decide what you're going to do or not do, and then she can help. So I would say 30 days before, go ahead, get it filled out, send the time that you want to be connected with one of the assistants. She will reach you, and then you can take it from there.
Great. And then even if people aren't moving, so you introduced me to Vivint Home Security, which I put in my house, which I absolutely love. I haven't had a home security system here in Florida. I absolutely love it. And I can't imagine living without it now, because it tells me when a package is delivered on my phone. It tells me on my phone when a package is delivered to my front door. And I can either, go get it then or call somebody and go pick it up, because we know, especially in California, if you're in California, it's nice to know when a package arrives so you can get it. And then also, I've had ID protection or, identity theft protection in the past. But when I signed up for ID Seal, I was blown away. And can you talk a little bit about ID Seal and what they do?
I love that. But before that, I want to add one more thing. So the other way that I use Vivint is I have Airbnbs, right? And while I can't have cameras inside the house, that would be an invasion. I have them when people come in. So if I have complaints that, it's loud in there, I can take a look and see how many people actually came into the units. Also, I have some duplexes where I only allow 4 people in at a time. They're small, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And so I can see during the check-in process how many people are coming in. So it's been really invaluable on that. But going to ID Seal, the great thing about that is I won't use names, but I was using some other service. And when I signed up for ID Seal, within 24 hours, they made me aware of things that had happened in the last 3 months that I never found out about before. But here are some great things. On the ID Seal, it also includes Protect. Now, I'm a little bit older. I'm not as fancy and technically, but some of the stuff that Protect absolutely helps you with is, let's say I'm at a Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, I'm drinking coffee. There are always people looking to try to steal your URLs and some of your information. This scrambles it up and able to take care of that. It includes also, let's say, your virus protection, and it goes in and checks stuff like on the dark web. I never thought, I didn't know before this, there was really like a dark web, maybe that was my ignorance, and maybe it's because I'm a little bit older, but it checks stuff like that. Now, something else it does is we had somebody in kind of my group, and one of the things you can also check is your blood type. So this lady had some health issues, and she was made aware that somebody had used her name. And before that, the person had gone in and changed her blood type. Can you imagine what would have happened if she had to go to the hospital and had the wrong blood type? I mean, I never even thought about that for identity theft, to be honest with you. And so it saves so much. And also, I mean, there's $1 million policy. So if they have attorneys that will help you with that. Another feature that I love is like the wallet protection. So let's say you lose your wallet. And you have gone ahead and put, the credit cards and different things you had in there. They will go ahead and they will cancel that for you and get new cards issued. So at a time like that, when you've lost something, you're stressed out anyways, and to have one call that you can make and have it be proactive is really just a lifesaver and just gives you peace of mind.
That's great. Well, and then, for those that are looking to leave California, so certainly everyone should have identity theft protection. If you're living in California, you should certainly have a home security system. So for those who aren't even moving, those are 2 great platforms, and they can use that form to request the information on that.
Yes. The link that you're going to give them, they can just send it for a time that they can check what they want the quotes on, and then go ahead and pick a time, and then they meet, and they will have the quotes for the services that you're looking for.
That's great. Well, anything else you want to add, Peter?
One thing I just want to say, I really admire your desire to help people, Terry. And, I always thought I had a big group Real Estate Connection on Facebook that has over 20,000. But when I heard 115 and growing on a daily basis, I'm like, that Terry is just incredible. And so, your ability to reach out and share with people some of the services they could use for themselves or clients or friends is just really admirable. And I hope some of the people listen and they get themselves protected, whether it's through identity theft, Vivint for home security, smart home. Let me tell you the other thing that I like on Vivint is, like I said, I'm going to be 62 in 2 months on. I don't go a day over 35, but have you ever left your house and go, gosh, did I lock the doors or not? And so I can go right on my phone and check and lock it or unlock it. The other stuff that I also like is, like, for my cleaners, for some friends, I'm able to give them a code that can get them in the house and locks it afterwards. So, there are just some features on Vivint that I just absolutely love on there. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share with some of your people in your group, and, support Terry, support yourself, get on that link, and let Terry help you with your services.
That's great. Well, Peter, I just want to tell you, first of all, publicly, you and I have known each other for a couple of months now. We've become very good friends. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. I appreciate the services that you offer. And I am excited to offer this in the group. And really, really, your desire to help people is why we're offering this service. So thank you for that. And I look forward to people being able to use the concierge service to help take one thing off their plate when they're looking to leave California. So thank you very much, Peter.
Thanks for having me, Terry.
So long.